we're saying goodbye to the Lake Wallace camping area, nice and early this morning. Daylight savings just come in, and we are heading off, making it up as we go. I think we're going to go and see the Lost City, so looking forward to another day of having a look around and seeing what's there. It's pretty amazing. The bushfires went through this whole area here. You can see all the big dead trees, but you can see the sheer volume of new growth that is growing down the bottom here. There's just millions and millions of small eucalypts all coming back after the fires. It's regenerating so quickly. So we've just driven down here to the Lost City up on Nunes Plateau up above Lithgow. And as you can see out behind me, it's absolutely stunning. The scenery here is just something else. Absolutely unbelievable rock formations. I'm standing here on a pagoda. Now we've walked down, we've just parked the cars up there behind us and walked down the track. Recommend if you come here to go for a walk in some of these places and check it out. So yeah, you can see I'm standing up on top of the rock pagoda here, and yeah, the view behind me, I'll go back to this one, the view behind me here is breathtaking. Isn't it spectacular? When we got down to the end of the next track, this guy came and introduced himself. And I was shocked to find out his name is Jono, the same as me, spelt exactly the same way. It was so good to meet you and have a chat, Jono. Hope the rest of your weekend went well. So, noticed something funny with my gauges, and it's a very good idea to keep an eye on your gauges when you're driving. I noticed something funny, so we just pulled up, I grabbed the multimeter, jumped out to check my batteries, and found out, I've actually just pulled it out, we've taped up the terminals here, but the battery here was actually steaming out the side. I didn't get any video because we reacted pretty quick to this one. To touch the battery, it was very, very hot. So something appears to go wrong with the battery. I've pulled it out. Sometimes there is a bit of a risk of a battery exploding. So we whipped it out of the car pretty quick. I've got it sitting over there on the ground. Going to see if it cools down. I'm lucky I've got the second battery in there, so I will be able to hook that up and keep going. But I'm going to sit here for a bit, let that cool down, and maybe put it back in the car, but with no charge, and we'll see what happens. So when we pulled up, this little vent here had steam coming out of it. Battery was nearly boiling, and there was a stinky sort of a smell. So yeah, she's still pretty warm. So after sitting the battery in a puddle of water, it has cooled down a bit. I don't really want to leave the battery out here in the bush. I want to keep the bush nice and clean. So I've bolted it back in, I've disconnected it all. Taped up positive terminals and everything so it can't touch. It is my second battery, so don't know why it was heating up. It could be an overcharge issue, but my main battery over the other side there hasn't heated up, so makes me think that something's gone wrong here, something's shorted out in the battery or something like that. But yeah, we're gonna head out now, and hopefully the battery's all right and doesn't blow up in the car. But yeah, I don't want to leave it here in the bush. After we got the issues with the battery sorted, we left the Gardens of Stone State Conservation Area via a different route to what we had come up and headed over to the Lithgow State Forest. So we're here driving through the state forest. It's a pine plantation, and it's quite different to anything that we've been driving in so far on this trip. Looking at all these small pine trees. Normally I'm used to seeing large pine trees. Leaving the state forest, the scenery has changed. We're driving down this ridge line here. It's quite a cool little track, not super hard, just low range, cruising along. Coming down here to cross the Cox's River.
A little bit rocky, but it's fine.
Okay, so we've just come down here, nice little trail. We've driven through the state forest into the national park, down at the Cox River. We've done a couple of crossings. Now the river is high because there's been a lot of rain around here recently. We've come to this crossing here. We've decided it's getting on in the day and we're just going to head back and find somewhere to camp. We just came down here for a bit of a look, do a bit of river crossings and have a bit of fun. But this river crossing here actually involves driving into the river, down around the bend there and then back out. And as it's starting to get cold, it's getting late in the day, I don't really want to go for a swim and check out the depth, so we're going to turn around, head back up and make camp. As we headed out, we got to drive through the Cox River again, which was pretty cool. We then continued on until we found a great little campsite where we could have a good fire for the night. Once it got dark, the stars were absolutely stunning. Remember to check out the next video in the series.